Hi, I
Hi.
am so excited to see this.
Me too.
I don't think I've ever made it. I dressed up for you today.
Everyone. I have makeup left over from an audition. So I look halfway decent for television or streaming.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. And as I said in the post, I'm going to attempt tonight to make my ancestors proud, a lifelong pursuit. But,
Okay.
but what a lot of people don't realize for me is, yes, I know I tell everybody I'm Croatian all the time, which I am 100%. However, a lot of my relatives married Greeks. So my cousins are half Greek, a couple of them. A lot of my aunts are Greek. My great aunt was Greek, who was one of my grandmother's best friends. So we had a lot of Greek food.
Oh, I love Greek food.
And this is several crazy of those. We always talk about the local like women's club cookbooks or whatever. And I think this one was from like 1961 or something like that. But my grandmother, marked it and earmarked it and put her little notes and everything. And this is kind of a combo of hers, my Aunt Georgia, and this other lady, and then my own sort of spin. It will be in the Coronakitchen cookbook.
Okay.
But what sets this apart from what I'm doing tonight is a little thing called already made phyllo dough.
It's a nice hack.
Among the inventions that would have like made my grandmother cry from tears of joy, this would be one of them. You can get organic, ready to go. It's, but when I was growing up, I have very distinct memories of taking an entire kitchen table, adding the extensions to the table, flouring it out, making the dough, having it rest, and get this, and I quote, when you roll it out, it is suggested that an unpainted, clean broom handle be used as a rolling pin.
Because you always have one of those laying around.
Right? But I like how they put the word clean in, because if you took it from the one you cleaned with, you'd have to clean off the grime of your hand.
Well, wasn't it my big fat Greek wedding? What did she use on everything?
Oh, what was it?
Windex.
Oh, Windex, right. Just get a little in it. But it has to be unpainted. So you'd have to find an unpainted, unsealed broomstick. But I remember thinking, like, I didn't think that was a broomstick. I thought, oh, it's just a special, very thin rolling pin at the time. But they did do that. And then they'd roll it out super thin. And then they would cut out, I remember, it wouldn't be triangles like you see at the deli or something. It would be circles, and then they would put the filling in and then make half moon,
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen it like that before. Yep.
that way. So it's just, it's a lot of work, but this one tonight is really not that bad. You can do this. You could have a meatless Monday. It could be a main course. It could be a side dish. It's going to be in the cookbook. And I am coronaing a couple of things. For example, this is definitely Corona.
Yeah.
And I'm using cottage cheese instead of homemade ricotta, which I probably could get struck down from the ancestors just for that.
What?
Hopefully, it's going to be okay.
Someone's asking for leftovers. I don't know who it is, though.
I'm just using cottage cheese because that's what I have. And it says in there, you can use cottage cheese. So, okay, I'm going to accept that.
I think I've had it before with cottage cheese. I don't think it's like completely unheard of.
Yeah.
To do.
So, you do what you got to do. So we have.
Someone say good luck.
So
Where's your lucky broom handle?
I'm not going to do the broom handle tonight. But what's cool, and the only hard part about making this is this, because I had to remember this morning to take it out at 7 from the freezer, put it into the fridge, and then 2 hours. So you let it go in the fridge all day, and then 2 hours before you cook it, you put it on the counter to just get to
room temperature. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna open it now like a Christmas present and see what's in here. Okay. So what's in here is, look at this beautifully wrapped thing.
Someone wants to know if coronaing will be in the cookbook.
Do you realize how this changes a lot of people's lives for strudel, baklava?
Yeah. Yeah, I've used it for strudel mostly. I don't think I've ever made spanakopita.
It's pretty crazy. But anyway,
but I love it.
It's so yummy, and when you make it yourself. Now, here's the thing that I'm trying that I have not done. I confess, I've only made this in the past with frozen spinach. Why? We've talked about this before, because there's a consistency with the frozen. You can get all the water out. You can, it's a different color, and, there's all that. But tonight, because my sister Heidi said, oh, no, you have to make it with fresh. And I'm like, I do. So you have to buy like a bushel.
Go, Heidi.
And
we're blaming you.
I wanted to try it, and she just said the flavor is better. So I had a massive. So here's what I've done before we're going to get to work here. So you take 2 big bunches of spinach from the market. I don't know how much that is. I think it's 20 ounces. Okay. And
well, you can't go wrong with getting more spinach. It cooks down, like way down.
It cooks way down. It'll seem like a lot, and I took a photo of it, but it cooks way down. And then how's it going there with the water?
Still water.
Okay. So Ronan right now I have a helper today, and the thing is, and I'll tell you when we get to that point, but you have to get the liquid to evaporate.
Okay, so how did you cook it down? Did you steam it? Did you put oil on it? What'd you do?
So here's what you do. Spinach has a lot of water in it, so naturally, so you don't have to add any water or anything like that. You take, you're going to take half a cup of olive oil, right? And you're going to first saute 1 like yellow onion or 1 big onion, okay? Chop it, fine chop your onion. You're going to put that in there, and then you're going to take a bunch of green onion, and you're going to chop the whole thing, green and the bulb part, the whole bundle. And you're going to get that onion with the olive oil, and it's going to get translucent a few minutes, okay? Then you're going to add 2 cloves of chopped garlic, some salt and pepper to taste. I looked at it. I probably put in about a teaspoon of salt and a whole bunch of cracked pepper. It really depends on you. And then a tiny dash of nutmeg. And then I found one of the recipes has peppermint with the parsley, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
I didn't have any peppermint because we used it in the cocktail, so I'm not putting that in tonight. But then you take an entire, bouquet of flat leaf parsley. You chop that up.
With just the tops or the whole thing?
I put the whole thing in. Really.
Okay, all the stems and everything. Okay.
Really finely chopped. So it's that. Then you put in your spinach, your parsley, your garlic, your nutmeg, 3 tablespoons of chopped dill, fresh dill if you can get it, but you could do dry if you have it. And then right now that is being stirred to just get it all to cook down without any liquid. So that is happening, and then momentarily we will have it. And an amazing thing is how little it comes down to. And I'm using tonight a Pyrex, which is 15 by 10 with a 2.5 depth. And this is approximately, if you have something a little bigger or a little smaller, you probably could do it, but I don't know if I want to go smaller than this. And the trick is we're going to take out this phyllo dough,
What's in that bowl?
This, this is the cheese and egg mixture, which we're going to add the spinach parsley mixture to. This is your filling, okay?
Okay.
In the bowl, we have, how much did I put in? A cup and a half of crumbled feta, and I got Greek feta, which I am told, if you don't use Greek feta, shame on you. And then
A curse upon you.
you put the same amount of hopefully fresh ricotta or ricotta from the store, or cottage cheese if you don't have either one of them. And that's already been mixed in with
No, she's not steaming it. She's putting it in the pan with the oil.
You're just turning it over with oil, and it comes down perfectly because there's so much water naturally in spinach. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you add the cheeses to 4 beaten eggs. Okay. So this is sitting here waiting for the spinach mixture to add to it.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is butter 18 sheets of phyllo dough. Okay?
I think it's
Awesome. Okay, let's turn it off. So I'm getting the word.
Does it look pretty?
Yeah, that looks. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Stop. We turn off the heat. Perfect. We've eliminated the liquid, folks. Good news. It smells so good in here.
Most of it.
All right. So I'm gonna just set that to cool. Let's put that over here. You can put that up to the side.
Yeah, you don't want to put that hot into the eggs.
No. So we're gonna just let sit there for a moment. Yeah, that's good. And so we're gonna look at this. Thank you so much. We're gonna look at this phyllo situation, which is
It should be all wrapped, right? It's tight.
It says in the on the package that this is 18 sheets. Okay.
Okay.
So surprisingly, it is very pliable and forgiving, which I was not expecting. But it is. So it has a little wrapper on it. I'm just going to cut that off. And then.
Yeah, it is. I love it too. I love spanakopita. It's a great dish.
And what's cool about this, what I love about.
I would add green chili. Don't tell your relatives.
Now, you know what? We could add a little bit of sprinkled on if you want. So look at it, just rolls out. It's just marvelous, right? So it's 18 sheets here. So I'm going to get Ronan started on this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take.
Oh, look at it. So beautiful.
Look at that. So where should we put this?
You have to be careful it doesn't dry out though, because it's so thin.
This is what I've heard. So we're going to try not to have stress right now. But
here, I'm going to give you more space so I can see what you're doing. Okay.
Here's the thing that's interesting though. And that is, okay, so just start buttering it. Start buttering it with that. So I have an olive oil melted butter mixture. I have I have 1 full stick of butter melted with about a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and that is mixed together. And so what we're going to do is first we're going to cover the pan completely.
Is it salted butter or not?
It's salted.
Okay.
I have salted butter on it. You could take, in fact, I probably should do this, is take a wet towel and put it on.
I usually have used it with a damp dish towel to cover it.
Or some paper towels. I'm going to do that right now.
Do you know how big those sheets are, Lise?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just going to do that to keep it from
no, 12 by 12 is a square, so it's not that. They're a rectangle, so it's different.
It's a rectangle. So I'm using a rectangular, pan. The other thing is that
Buttered.
You buttered it? Okay, good. So
butter.
Here. So take a layer underneath this and just butter it. Yeah, this is trying to keep it wet. Okay. So you're gonna take this one off and then butter this one, and then you're gonna put that in. Now it's thin, so we have to be careful. Okay. But the thing about phyllo dough that's so amazing is, and you know this, Gabriana, is it may look crazy, like a hot mess when you put it in, if it tears or whatever, but then after it cooks, it's all crispy and beautiful and and you're good, right? So if it tears, it's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if the corners slip up and whatever. It doesn't matter. It's gonna look amazing when we get it out of the oven. So anyway.
So do you think they're 12 by 18?
These are, you mean what the size is?
Yeah.
These are 13 by 18. Yeah.
Okay.
Close enough. And so what a lot of people don't realize is when you get it at the deli, you think, oh, this is, okay, bring it over and I'm just going to show them the first layer. Okay. So you think, oh, it goes, you know, every layer, and then, you know, there's the filling, and it's like, no, what you do is, so we've buttered this. We're going to put the first layer down.
So the butter side is going down.
Yeah, the butter side's going down, and we're just gonna, you know.
Yeah, you were close.
Chairs. It will not be perfect. It's okay. It's gonna fold over, and that's the most important part.
It looks like paper.
It looks like paper. We're gonna fold it over. Okay.
So you're folding it so that it's flat.
Yeah. I'm just folding it over so it's flat. Okay. I may let the ones at the end go up the side, but we have a lot to paint here. So we're just going to keep going. So what you do is there's 18 sheets, okay? Now, depending on what kind of dough you buy, sometimes there's 22 sheets. Sometimes there's 24. It's always an even number. So you could go up to like 11 and 11 if you wanted to, or what I'm doing, 9 and 9 because I have 18. So I'm going to butter 9 and put them on top of each other, okay? And then I'm going to put the filling in flat, the whole thing, all of the filling mixed with
all of it, okay.
And everything in the spinach, and I'm going to show you, we're going to combine that right now. And then you take another 9 sheets and you put it on top of the filling, okay? Buttering and olive oiling every single one, okay?
Okay.
So then it's this puffy thing on each side, almost like a spinach cheese sandwich, right? And I always thought getting it in the store or the restaurant that it was in layers, you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay. But it's not. So look, this is the beauty of not having to roll.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I know. So this is good. Okay, there's a good one. Okay, next, just do another one. We're just going to keep going doing that. But while that's happening, I'm going to
We might need more butter.
okay, more butter if you need it.
More butter, please.
You know, I sell this stick in the recipe, but if you run out, you know, guess what? You just melt more. I will let you know. This is almost like a Coronakitchen test kitchen.
Maybe
tonight.
Am I using too much?
No, I think you're using the perfect amount. We'll see. So we're gonna keep going with that. Okay, so just to show you the spinach. Here's what it boils down to, and I did it in a big stock pot.
Okay, so you did it in a big pot. Okay. Yep.
It really is tall. It looks like it filled this whole thing, and then so look, it looks perfect. Okay, and then we're letting it cool a little bit. And we're gonna add it to. I think it might be cool enough now. We're gonna add it to. Yeah, it cools really quickly.
Okay.
Add it to this right now while we're talking.
Okay.
And then we're going to end the show today with my fire cider. Remember when we made that a month ago?
Yes.
Drained, the sediment went to the bottom, and we're going to try it. And hopefully I won't die, but I'll be the guinea pig.
Okay, how are you gonna serve that fire cider?
I'm just going to put it in a shot glass right now and try it that way.
Okay.
But, you know, you could, as we've discussed, you could have it be, you know, with tea or water, you know, do a couple ounces in some hot water. You could put it in seltzer water.
I like it in hot water with honey.
Yeah. You could.
That's how I usually take it.
I'm just hoping that it tastes good, but we're going to find out, right?
Okay.
So here I go with taking the spinach mixture and putting it into the cheese. Oh, it's just, you know, there's really nothing better than that, seriously. It's not difficult. It cools really easily. So I'm just gonna get it off.
Okay.
And that's the filling. And then when we finally get all these crazy layers 3 days later, buttered. We will butter the top with olive oil and butter again, one more time. And
Okay. So that's funny. I didn't know it was just a filling in the center. It feels like it's in all the layers, but it's not. So you're putting the unbuttered side down on top of the buttered side.
That's correct.
Oh God.
Okay, but you know what? Look, I just fixed it. It's fine. It's fine.
It really looks like pumpkin.
It looks
Oh, good.
It's super cool. Okay.
No, there's not much better than butter and Phyllo Dough. Yum.
Right. And so, okay, now I'm gonna mix the cheese and the ricotta and the feta. We're just gonna mix it well and get combined.
That looks delish.
I will probably do a little sprinkle of Parmesan on top when I put it in.
And then how long do you bake it and at what temp?
So I have the oven right now preheated at 350, and I will bake this for about 50 minutes. It might take an hour depending on your oven, but you know, 50 to an hour.
That smells.
So this looks great. This looks just perfect.
And you're not going to cover it with foil or anything. Just put it in, right?
I'm just going to put it in and I'm going to check it. I don't want it to burn. It should get to a golden brown. Okay. But before we put it in, here is something that everybody needs to know.
Uh-oh. This sounds like a relative.
Relatives don't strike me. Okay. So that what it is wait. So what it is before you put it in, you're going to take a really sharp knife and you're going to, in my family's books, it says, I'm totally greasy now. It doesn't say that. No, it says, no funny, it says cut into a diamond shape above filling. Like I love these old women who are like these amazing cooks who just, they never tell you the details. They just, like, if you don't know, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I think I know what this is happening here. So I'm going to explain it to you.
So are you just going to score it or are you going to cut it all the way through?
You score it like a diamond. Now look, if you continued those lines, it would make triangles, right? I think it's giving you guidelines to make the triangles after, and also let steam escape so that the dough can rise a little bit more too. I think that's
okay. So you're not cutting the whole thing into. Hi, Seamus. You're not cutting all of the triangles, just
a diamond on top of it, and I'll take a photo. Okay. And then, but you don't cut through to the filling. You just cut through the 9 layers.
Just the top layers?
Like 7 layers, 6 layers above.
Okay. So yeah, so you're basically just scoring it. Are you making 9 individual dishes? No. One pot, one pan.
This is one giant pan of phyllo. Look, turn around. Show. Okay, we're doing it this way. Okay.
Okay.
You could use this same recipe and make individuals. You could cut these in circles. Okay. Bye. You could do it with spoonful of filling, fold it over like a half moon. You could do it with that and arrange them in a pan.
Yeah.
This is spanakopita literally means like spinach pie, and so we're making it in a huge thing. When you do it individually, there's another name for it, and it's in the book. My hands are really busy, and I'm not going to get it out right now.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
How many layers have we done? Oh God. I'm going to count.
How many?
We haven't been counting, so I am going to count what's left.
I didn't know.
I didn't figure out what to do.
Sorry.
The 9, though, I think.
You got to be close to 9 at the moment. I would count though.
I bet we're at 6.
We're probably like 2.
Oh, I think we're at 6.
1.
Do you? No, I think there's more.
You think? Okay, let's see. Did you count?
That's 7, I believe.
So this is 8. Okay, here. Oh,
Yeah.
You're farther along. Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were pretty close.
8. Okay, last one, and then we.
So a 2-inch deep one will hold the whole thing.
What?
A 2-inch deep pan will hold
This
all
is
of those layers.
This one's 2.5 inches. It's a classic Pyrex rectangular
Right.
large shape. And if you want, you can sprinkle it with sesame seeds when you serve it after you cut it. So you're going to bake it for 50 to an hour, and then when you take it out, you have to let it cool, and then you can cut it into squares or whatever you want to do. But if you want, I think they want me to do the diamonds, because why does it say cut into a diamond shape, right?
I would say, well, bring in the elders. We're gonna do.
Okay,
we're just gonna do diamonds.
Stay on.
Because girls love diamonds.
I'm gonna do seance right now. I want to point this out. So I used today, my dear cousin.
Yes, if we had an instant replay, we
dear,
could have replayed how many.
My dear cousin Peter, he was in Croatia this summer, and look at this. Croatia 2020 olive oil, people from the homeland. That's
awesome.
what we're using.
Nice.
So that's really it. I mean, okay. So after this, we do the filling. Yay, we made it. Okay, I can't believe it.
Okay.
You do it.
Look, see, this is like a half an hour, people. It's not hard.
I want you to take it.
You just need other hands. Now, see, this is a fun dish to do with your family, or remember when we used to have friends over?
Remember that? Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put this over the dough. I'm gonna put water on it to keep it moist.
Okay. Yeah, that's always what I use, a tea towel.
Yeah, a clean tea towel, please. I love how though it just cracked me up today. Like I just gasped when I was reading this. I was like, oh my God, a clean broomstick handle.
That's so funny.
It really made me laugh. Okay, so
yeah, the thing about the Phyllo dough is it's so thin, it will dry out very quickly, so you have to keep it covered.
All right.
Don't forget that step.
So look at this, everybody. This is not like perfect, okay? It's crazy and put in there rustically, okay? Right? And that's okay. Now we're going to put in the filling to we're just going to, it's so easy. We're just going to stick it in there and spread it out.
So that's eggs, cheese, spinach, parsley, dill, salt, pepper.
Onion, 2 different kinds of onion, green onion and regular yellow onion.
Green, regular, okay.
That's sauteed in olive oil, okay. Salt, pepper, and the spice. All right, here we go. So I'm just flattening this out. You want to do it?
Perfect. It looks beautiful.
Okay. And you just put it all the way to the edges, and we may fold it over at the end a little bit, the corners, but I think it'll look kind of pretty. Here, let's do a tiny bit more.
Yeah, like an envelope.
Yeah, gonna get it in the corners here.
So meanwhile, don't forget about the recipe contest, people out there. Submit your recipes. We are taking 10 lucky people to go in the book with us.
That's right.
And we still have our GoFundMe up, and we have some great raffle prizes coming. Those of you who've already donated will already be in the raffle, so you're not left out, but we're encouraging people to continue to donate so we can make our goal. And we are so appreciative of everyone who's given so far. We're super excited.
Thank you so much. And we want to say, yet again, there's no shame in Corona Kitchen. Your $5, if you give a $5 to $10,
every dollar matters.
You may think that that's a small amount. It's not to us. We appreciate it so much, and you will still be in the raffle, even if you get a lower amount. So if you give over 100, your name gets in twice. And if you give below that, you still get in the raffle. It's amazing prizes.
Yeah. So we're excited. We will be posting a little video with the prizes this week, but we're just letting you know go ahead and donate.
Debrianna and I are actually going to go in her backyard together and do a video for you. So it'll be fun. A little video message from us. Okay. All right. So
Cool. This is exciting. I can't wait to see this.
I know, me too. I've been wanting to make it.
That one's good.
It's a
And it's so forgiving. I mean, if you screw it up and you do 10 on the bottom and, 7 on the top, who cares?
look. Nobody is gonna care, and it's gonna when it bakes.
There are no Spanakopita police
When it bakes,
to your house.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. The dough is so beautiful when it bakes, and it's crispy and it's.
Oh, I know. Oh, it's so fresh.
You're
So,
not gonna get any complaints, okay?
are the prizes food? No, they are not food.
Okay, what's interesting about this brand? It's called the Phyllo Factory,
Mhm.
and I got it at Whole Foods, and it's organic. It says,
Yeah, I've used it before. I really like it.
listen to this: no trans fat, no cholesterol, no saturated fat, vegan, yeast-free, sugar-free.
Oh.
Okay.
Exciting.
Of course, you put butter and olive oil on it, but
Lots of good stuff goes in it, but
But let's just look into the Hellenic cookery book and see what they did to make it by themselves. So this is what the pastry dough, what they called the phyllo dough, would be. It was 3 cups flour, 7/8 cup lukewarm water, 3 teaspoons olive oil, and a teaspoon of salt. So you knead it for at least 75 to 100 times. That's what it's like.
that's hysterical.
Okay, gotta do another layer while we're talking here. Okay,
All right, you want food? That's hysterical.
so
No.
okay, so 75 to 100 times you knead it. Okay, form in a ball and rub oil on the dough and place on a well-oiled plate. Cover with plastic wrap and set aside for the rest at least 2 hours before using. And then, the directions, it's like, it's classic. Okay, so after the broom handle comment, it says, it is best to roll out the dough on a table covered with oilcloth, which has been sprinkled with flour. Start by placing the dough on the table, sprinkle the flour in the dough, and press to shape into a large circle. Then you take the broom handle and start from one edge of the table and roll dough over the entire table.
Oh my God. But it doesn't say what size table.
Outwardly, very carefully but firmly. Unroll, sprinkle very lightly, then roll again. Jesus. It's just
Roll and 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 roll.
what people need to do. It's just amazing to me. The love and care that people put into this kind of cooking, it's really amazing. All right, we're getting there. Okay, so
Well, drink your. I want to see you drink your fire cider.
Okay, I got my trusty shot glass.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's see what happens here. It was refrigerated after I strained it, and the sediment went to the bottom. Let's see. See what the.
All right,
What
taste
do you
it.
think? Smell it.
Oh, you didn't even taste it? Oh, God. That smells like fire.
Smells like fire, I'm told.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Try it. That is really good, Debrianna.
Oh, good.
It's delicious.
Oh, it's good.
It's delicious.
Wow.
Ooh.
I want some.
Really, I will give you some. It's, all the things we put in this: turmeric and oranges and limes and the rosemary and all the good stuff.
Yep.
Horseradish, but it distills down into this beautiful thing. This is great.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar. It's so good for you.
All right, this is delicious.
Yay.
This is really good. And hopefully
Oh,
it's going to help my immune system.
yes.
It's nice. Wow. I love if you're a vinegar person, you'll really, really like it.
Yeah.
Not everyone is.
Personally, I'm not.
No.
Not so.
Well, I can't wait to see this. You're going to post pictures.
Definitely gonna post pictures.
Okay.
So we're gonna just keep on buttering.
All right.
And I'll show you what it looks like. But thanks for hanging out with me. And
Yeah, thanks for doing it. I've always wanted to make it, and I never have. So I'm making it vicariously through you in your kitchen.
well, tomorrow I will drop off a piece for you and David and some fire cider. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
So there it is.
Okay. I made ginger sugar today. I will give you some.
Oh, yum. That sounds so good.
Yeah, and it's demerara sugar infused with ginger. I'm going to use it for cookies.
That sounds great.
Mm.
I love all these.
It would also be really good in some, like hot chocolate or a little bit on your coffee. Yum.
Oh yeah, that just sounds great. So much fun to make things customized in a more flavorful, complex way.
Yeah.
Ordinary items.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Ro, for being a helper tonight.
You're welcome.
An assistant.
That's fun.
I'm so lucky to have a helper with this because I would have been here all night.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot. It's more fun when there's lots of people.
Right?
Yeah. Well, these kind of dishes were made with, families that have more than just a kid or two.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got involved, right?
True. And I remember, and this story is in the cookbook, of sitting there with my grandma and my aunt and my sisters and just like rolling. And then my memory, especially of making strudel and stuff like that, where you just laughing and they're telling jokes and memories and their travels and the old country and like how women used to do things and gossiping. And I just thought it was so important and part of like, the women who did the work and made things, something beautiful happen. And then we roll the strudel or whatever into this giant horseshoe and then we cut it. And, she'd made like 12 because it was
that's what you were doing. Yeah.
You put them in tins to give for we gotta get more butter. To give for gifts, and it's just that's the way you do it, So anyway.
Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
Thanks everybody, and tomorrow Holly's homegrown, and we're gonna talk all about the raffle because the raffle is a week from tomorrow. The prizes. You want to get in on that, so donate to the GoFundMe.
Donate anything you can. Thanks everybody.
Is appreciated. Thanks you guys. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. Wear a mask. Wear 2 masks. Make sure you do.
Be careful.